All right, hello. Hello, everyone. It says we're live. I hope we're live. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I was ordered to report to a different building today in the district, which has later hours, so it kind of sucks.
Plus, you had to go back to your normal building afterward.
I was telling it I had to go back to a normal building because I brought a laptop and I wasn't leaving a $2,000 laptop in the school all weekend by itself. I was
So,
going to pick it up on my way in, but I was late getting to the late school.
how far apart are the two schools?
500 yards.
Oh, good. Like across the street.
Pretty much, yeah. It's maybe an eighth of a mile away.
And what are the age groups in the normal building you're in?
Well, the building I'm usually report to is pre-K through 6th grade. The other building is also pre-K through 6th grade.
That's what I thought. And I'm thinking, what the heck?
We have a lot of parents that work like 8 to 3 or 9 to 5 in the district. So because we have working families, we have an early elementary school that's on the same schedule as the high school. So my school starts at 7:30, kids are getting off the bus, and then at 2:15 they're getting dismissed to go home. The other elementary school, 8:45 they start, and they get out at like 3:30, which is like normal elementary school hours.
You guys should have a third shift.
Oh,
for third shift parents, and then teach the kids throughout the night.
Those are called twilight learners. They get to do everything online.
Is there such a thing?
There is now because of COVID.
Oh my God.
So we have what we call twilight learners, which are the kids whose parents work like the graveyard shifts. They don't get home until 7 a.m. They go to bed and they're like, well, our kids aren't going to be on school. Sorry. And as long as it's consistent and the kids are turning their work in like at 3 or 4 o'clock every day in the afternoon before the parent goes to work, we label them as a twilight learner because they're learning in the night and doing their work during the day. It's weird.
I was just joking.
Nope. There actually are what we now have called twilight learners who, if their kids would be in school either way, they would just have to get up to get them off the bus if we were still in school.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, that was my day. It was not as bad as I was expecting. I was kind of dreading going there because this other school has constantly had COVID cases left and right since September. But now the district, like the superintendent's office, has taken over sick employees. So if you even say that you have a runny nose, they're saying go get tested. They're not letting you come in the building. So like on Monday, I had a headache and a fever on Sunday night of 99.9. I messaged our nurse at like 9 o'clock at night. She didn't respond. So I showed up to work and the secretary looked at me. She's like, aren't you out today? And I'm like, no. So I had to go talk to our principal and they were like, yeah, go sit in the nurse's office. We might have to send you home. And then the nurse calls the superintendent or the assistant superintendent. And she's like, so I have Mr. O'Neill here. He had a little fever last night and a headache. And he's like, okay, put him on. And that's how he had COVID and just got over it. And his started with a headache and a low-grade fever. So he basically said to me, yeah, you got to leave. You can't come back until you're cleared with a negative test. So I missed work on Monday and Tuesday because of that, which is kind of cool because I got my birthday off from work.
Oh, that's nice. I'm sorry that I totally missed your birthday.
Nah, it's fine. You're not the only one. I have relatives that never wish me happy birthday. One of which is a godparent. So you're doing better than he is.
Well, I could have drove up there and watched a movie with you.
You could have. And he probably still would have shown up. So how was your week, Ed?
Well, yesterday I went to the doctor for a bunch of tests because, I have to get tested every couple months for my heart to see when I get to have surgery.
Is that ticker still doing okay?
Well, it's still working.
Still got a few more miles before you got to definitely take it in?
I guess. And, but I was waiting in the lab room to get my labs. And so I read all the stuff on the wall because they also do like drug tests and DNA tests and all sorts of stuff. And I thought it was interesting that one of the drug tests was for pee, Not that that's interesting, but if you leave, they make you wait in the lobby or like the waiting room for 15 minutes, and if you leave the room, they start it over your time.
Oh.
And the only thing I could think was maybe they're waiting to see if the pee gets cold, if they have like it in a jar or something.
Maybe they're trying to like weed out the people that bring it with them. Because some people will be like, right before they go in, they'll say to their buddy, like, here, pee in this cup for me. So maybe that's what they're trying to do to make sure it's yours, and I don't know.
And hope your buddy doesn't do all the stuff you do.
Usually you pick one that doesn't do it.
Oh, boy. Boy, we got some cool people here today. We have M, John Cox, probably Kenny E, but it could be Danny E. And I think Patty was here. Oh, and Amy from Sand Creek Aquatics Part 2. Pretty cool.
Hello, everybody.
And Muppets. Oh, and I was going to do a special Muppet thing. You know, nobody has ever asked why I have the seal. Have you noticed my seal?
Seal. I think I noticed it last week, but I was so enthralled by the great white over there that I didn't mention it.
Nobody has asked me for 2 weeks now about the seal.
Oh, it's a sad-looking seal. It's got big old puppy dog eyes.
Look, it's...
Oh, it's one of those.
I think it's awesome. I thought it would scare my cats, and the cats just don't even phase. I thought it was awesome.
That is pretty cool. I think that's kind of like the teddy bear that the Ant-Man gives to his daughter, isn't it?
Oh, it could be.
Because he gives her some like messed up, creepy looking teddy bear, I think.
I wanted to get creepy stuffed animals for all the girls in my family, but my sister's like, no.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't know until you squeezed it.
Oh, no, I got all the kids those like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I bought them like in a big giant group of 12.
Ah.
There were like 2 of each.
Alrighty.
And I kept a seal for myself.
At least you picked an aquatic-esque creature.
Yeah.
All right. Shirt sizes and addresses have been messaged to you on Facebook.
Awesome. So what he's referring to is the winners of Catfish Christmas are going to be getting a Chattanooga t-shirt. So I've been needing the sizes. And I don't think Mike's in the house, but he won this rock that's sitting next to me. But he emailed James, not me, and James keeps forgetting to send me his address.
Which Mike?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if it used to be Grumpy Mike or which Mike it is.
Oh, Zen, do you remember which Mike it was? Since I see you in the chat. Zen would probably remember, right, Zen? Which Mike won the rock on Ed's stream?
Somebody won a t-shirt too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Gina French did win a rock on my stream also, but I sent her.
Oh, that was like the cool.
Rock.
Was it the floating rock? What? That was a rock. What the hell?
The floating rock.
I was gonna say I remember that rock.
Yeah. This is the rock that John won. I mean, not John. Mike. That was donated from my fish store. It has like plants that grow on it.
I was gonna say I looked those up on YouTube that night, or not on YouTube, on Amazon. That you can actually buy those on Amazon. They look pretty cool. The reviews pretty much say they're 50-50. It's either gonna grow or it's not. Well, so a lot of people said even if it doesn't grow, it's still a cool looking fixture, and you can always glue some moss to it.
There you go. Well, I thought I would try a couple different ways to grow it.
Okay.
My fish store owner, he stuck one in his, and half of it grew and half didn't. So he called the guy, and he says, well, it works best with CO2.
Oh. Should it not say that on the box?
No.
Of course
it says
not.
No CO2 necessary. No CO2 necessary 50% of the time.
So are you going to try immersed and submersed grown or out of water and in water?
No, I think it'd be too hard to keep it damp because it's at different angles and stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to submerge it, and then I'm going to try different types of CO2.
Okay.
Because I've got 4 of them.
All right.
And I'll try maybe the bottle with the yeast, real CO2, and then maybe the CO2 pellets.
Okay. Yes, they have CO. I didn't know they had CO2 pellets.
Mm-hmm.
I've never.
Drop them in. Basically, Alka-Seltzer CO2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never dabbled with CO2. My plants seem to grow decently without it.
Yeah, I've never done it either. So I was planning. I've got the stuff. I've set up a DIY one. I just never actually poured it all and did it.
Well, there's a video for you.
Yeah, well, just stolen from Joey from 10 years ago or 8 years ago.
With the Teleflora plants?
Well,
What
no.
are they called? Oh, hello, kitty cat.
But yeah, for these plants, there's hardly any videos. So that's why I thought I would make a little series of these videos.
Oh, she ran away.
Your head just got stuck in that betta. The betta peeking around the corner, you stuck your head down and it disappeared off the screen.
Trying to grab the cat.
That was crazy. So, do you have a game for today?
I do have a game for today. Do you have a game for today?
I do have a game for today. You
All
go
right.
first.
Okay, I will go first. So, since I was in a second grade class today, and for 6 of the 7 hours, all they did was talk about Pokemon. I have a Pokemon board game.
Oh, they have a board game?
They had several. I personally prefer the original. So, this is called Pokemon Master Trainer.
I remember that game.
This is what the box looks like.
I've always seen the box.
So, people refer to this as the game from hell because if you actually followed the rules, it was the most cutthroat, confusing game ever. So we have our board here. Now, for those that haven't played, the original Pokemon games, this is the same route you would take in the game, going around all the cities, getting your gym badges before you go, fight the Elite Four.
Now, can you go back and forth?
You can only go one way.
Oh, bummer.
So the pink spaces, or the fuse, whatever color you want to call them, have the weaker Pokemon. The green are like in the middle. The blue are some pretty decent Pokemon. The red ones are like strong. And then if you manage to get the gold ones, those are the OP broken Pokemon.
Now, who are the Elite Four?
The Elite Four. So the Elite Four are like the 4 best Pokemon trainers in the region. And once you beat them, you become like the champion of all champions, and until someone beats you.
I got you. So it's actually not like the best 4 Pokemon.
No, it's just the best 4 trainers. And like they usually have a type, like there's a dragon trainer, a water one, a fire, blah, blah, blah. So you land on one of these circle spaces. You then get to pick up, or you get to flip over the corresponding Pokemon you land on.
Is it always random, or are there just like water ones in the?
There, it's completely. Well, it's random to the point where you're the one putting them in the spaces, but you're putting them in face down.
Yeah.
So unless you're like looking and figuring out where you're putting them, but I mean, you still have to spin a dice, so you can, even if you know what's down there, you're going to screw yourself over.
Look, there's Gina right now.
Hello, Gina French. So yeah, you got your spaces, you got your Pokemon. You start with the starter Pokemon like you do in the game. You're trying to build a team to fight the Elite Four. There are cards in the game. So like this one says, before rolling to catch a Pokemon, play this card to add 1, 2, 3, or 4 to your roll, because each Pokemon has a number, like on the dice. You can probably see it better on this picture. So like for this one here, you got to roll a 3 or a 4 to catch it. So if you use that other card and you roll a 1 or a 2, you can add to it and get the number.
As horrible as this game sounds, I actually would like to play
it. It was fun. Like I said, we didn't play by the actual official rules.
Is there only one Jigglypuff and
yes.
one Charmander and one? Okay.
There's only one of each of them. It's like, I think the official rules said you had to land in here on an exact number, and you couldn't use any cards or so. It was craziness what the original rules said. So we pretty much just played it where you tried to collect as many Pokemon as you could, and then you got a legendary Pokemon when you made it in here. And as long as you beat one of the Elite Four, you won the game.
Nice.
We didn't, because like even like with like you modified Wingspan's rules, we did the same thing with this, because if you watch videos that review this game, they pretty much say it's the hardest board game out there for children. So when they made the second one, they made it brain dead stupid easy, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
So naturally, when they made the third one, it was even worse than the second one, because they dumbed it down to nothing at all. But yeah, it's if you have a copy, it's fun. If you don't have a copy, it is $300 on Amazon. So good luck.
Oh.
Because they stopped printing it in 2001. But that was my game of the week. A little blast from the past.
Do you have a copy?
I do have a copy. I wish I had a copy of the second one, but after seeing reviews, I really don't care. But I still have my original copy. And amazingly, I still have all the original pieces too.
I am going to be talking about War Machine.
Oh, this sounds like a game that I might be interested in.
Yes. You take models and you play with. You buy these individual models, and this one, his loincloth broke.
Uh-oh.
So I am going to fix it live on camera because that's what I do. Oops. Unfortunately, my glue nozzle's like completely glued over. But this game is made in America, and it's like, I don't know, have you ever heard of War Machine or Warhammer?
Yes.
This is like an American version of Warhammer.
Okay.
There's several armies. You guys can't really see this, but I'm applying the glue with a screw to his groin.
Okay, he's applying a screw glue to his crotch.
And I'm sticking the loincloth in. It's sticking straight up. That doesn't sound... Okay, and this stuff will make the glue instantly hard.
Welcome to Obscene Phrases with Ed. It's sticking up, and this will make it it's so hard.
Oh my god. Oh. Wow. And now I can't get the glue with one hand. Okay. Just gotta stick the glue back on. So the part of the fun is to make your guys.
Mm-hmm.
And I love doing that because you get to paint them, put their arms on. See now his little thing is stuck on there real nice. There's his backside. His loincloth's on the back. This is the mountain. So that's like a huge one. This game, this is a troll. I play what's called Troll Blood.
That's a troll. Almost look like an ogre.
Well, the trolls in the game are generally blue, but I prefer to make mine brown.
Okay.
But like every one has each faction has its own book to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And like here's one that's the crits. And I mean they're all just different types of things. I have this army also.
That's cool.
But these guys are kind of like ghost swamp monsters.
Okay.
So they're kind of cool. But I'm going to open it up and show you. I keep them in this big travel bag so they don't break. I probably should have just stood up and... Oh, and this game also, it's by Privateer Press, and they have their own magazine that comes out. I think it's bi-monthly, so it's every other month, or it's quarterly, and it's every 3. But
they got mecha people too. I'm looking at the website.
Yeah, they have Lots of different factions. So it's like whatever you like. There's a warthog one. There's an alligator one. There's futuristic people. There's Russian people. I just broke one.
Uh-oh.
I just broke my toad one.
Oh, no.
I just broke his base off. I haven't played with these things for a while, but you see you have like a little base and you glue them on. And every single thing does a different thing. So it's kind of like chess. And you never know what the other guy is going to bring, like what pieces. So you see, like I add wood to them.
Mm-hmm.
That the wood doesn't come with it. The base, I don't know if you can see those rocks.
You put a little gravel down there or something, or sand?
Yep. Those are actually, can you guess what that is?
Is it bird seed?
Strawberry seeds.
Oh, I was going to say it looks like some kind of small seed.
But yeah, I love painting these guys. I ought to take a bunch of pictures of them and put them on the internet. Like
put them on your Instagram.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Here's one that's like a Davy Crockett one. Now, you see a lot of these guys, you can have two of these. They're called scouts. But I made that terrain with the barbed wire.
Cool.
He's got like a coonskin hat. But you see, he's like a little metal guy that has little pieces that you put together. This guy is the exact same model. So I tried to change him so he doesn't look the same.
Okay.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
I drop him. It's okay. And I gave him a skunk hat.
Neat.
But you see, that's as I drop this one. I try to make them all look different, so you just can't tell that it's the same model. But I literally have hundreds of these guys.
That's cool.
And every one is different. This guy is called a longsword. And he's in a unit of like samurais that, hit real hard. The scouts go by themselves. Most things go in units.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is a little goblin that pumps smoke on the field, so that way you can have like smoke screens. And he has a partner that he pumps smoke also.
Nice.
So I enjoyed these things because I think I did a pretty good job of painting them, but I literally have dozens of them. You have one leader on the field. This is like the leader of the guys with the big swords.
Okay.
So he's like their sergeant. They follow him. But the idea is to try to kill the other team's boss. Let me see if I can find a boss. Here's a boss. There's several bosses. So this is like the king on the chessboard.
All right.
Oh, does he have a head? Yeah, he does.
Does he have a head?
But all these bosses do different things, and there's like 20 different bosses in a game. This girl, she's a sub boss, so she like is an assistant to a boss. But I really like how I did her out, like her terrain with that wood in the back.
Right. That's cool.
I'm always looking for different things.
So you really like modifying the base things, right?
I modify a lot of these guys.
Did the rock come with him?
Yes.
Oh, all right. I can see you there with like a piece of wood with your little tool trying to, carve out the rocks so you can paint it and put it on them.
Well, if you have him leading the army, they follow him faster because he's holding like their sacred rock.
Oh, okay.
So he's like a buffer. So, there's just so many different angles to how to win this game. Let me pull up some of the... Oh, here's some guys that aren't painted, just so you have an idea.
Hey, Carrie.
So you see, he's not painted. So you can see like how much I put into these things.
I can imagine.
Here's a guy that's looking through a little scope or something. Looks like he's holding a pig.
Yep.
That'll be fun to paint. And I'm being serious. He will be fun to paint. Here's one that's just partially. See, I have to give him. I spray paint all that silver black.
Okay.
So that way, if you put paint directly on the little pewter stuff, it chips off. So you have to give it a prime coat of black or gray or white. I prefer black because it just makes the shadows pop better for them.
All right. Cool.
Some people prefer white because it makes the colors pop better.
I was going to say, I would have thought white would have been better.
And then this is probably my biggest tray. Let me put these guys down. Oh, and then you roll dice.
Of course you roll dice.
If you roll a 1, it's an automatic miss. If you roll a 6, it's an auto hit.
Okay.
And then every guy has like different other numbers. So like if he's really good at shooting or hitting, it may be 3, 4, 5, and 6 he hits.
Okay.
And then these guys are pretty cool because they regenerate. And you get to re-roll. If you roll a 1, they come back to life if they're killed, which is kind of cool. You know, a lot of people hate that about my army because there's a 1 in 6 chance that they don't get to kill a guy after they killed him.
Do they come in the styrofoam, or did you hand cut the slots for them?
I bought it.
Okay.
This guy throws fire bombs.
Now he looks like something from World of Warcraft.
Yeah. There's a little guy on top that lights the flame.
That's cool. Hey, Kira.
I like painting fire.
I was saying they look like they're professionally done. That's why I was wondering if you painted them.
This guy is. Most of these guys all eat rock, but this guy eats metal. So I changed his color up.
Okay.
Because he's a metal troll instead of a rock troll. So I made him look a little different. And he eats he's eating a robot arm, and I added that robot arm there. That robot arm is from some other army. So that way he's eating it. Here's one called a nightmare one. And I added the little guy on the front that he's eating.
Cool.
That's actually a war machine guy, or a Warhammer guy, not a war machine.
Oh, okay.
But I have a lot more war machine hammer guys than war machines, so just kind of cool. Come on, get in there. This one doesn't really fit because of the little man. It's never been designed to have. Here's one this one's an electric one, so I tried to make him look like he's got electricity going through him, which was kind of hard because I didn't know quite how to make electricity. But it's just kind of cool. Here's just a big troll that likes to run. Charge. Let's see. This is the oldest of the trolls, the big trolls.
He looks super cool.
I see the big old mace thing. So it's just a lot of fun, and I don't know what this guy is. I never played with him, but he just looked cool, so I made him. I've got in the other room, instead of horses, they have a war wagon, and it's being pulled by buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty cool. And I got buffalo riders.
Nice.
Let's see what this guy is. Oh, this is just a guy with a big axe.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I love painting things. So, and here's a guy who just throws really big spears. But The bummer thing about this game is apparently here in Chattanooga, everybody who plays this game is like they say is an elitist. Like they're real arrogant, so nobody likes the people that play this game. And I'm like, well, that sucks because I love this game. In St. Louis, it's real big. And did I? Yeah, I did show you guys this guy. This guy's a leader also. But he's the type of army that goes really well with shooting armies. And most of my guys just have axes and spears.
Alrighty.
But it's a great game. And like I said, it's made in America. They've got lots of fluff. Fluff means stuff that like talks about the game to, that's like story about each little guy. And yeah, I just highly recommend it, except in Chattanooga, I guess, where everybody's real arrogant. I guess where they play it.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. In St. Louis, it's like we don't really care if you win or lose. We just have fun.
You just like having fun.
Yeah, and it's about, who can paint the more fun army and stuff. So that was, I wish I had here's a Buffalo Rider. I got a couple Buffalo Riders here. This one's just starting to get painted. I haven't pulled these out for a while. So.
Good thing you're showing them off then.
Yeah, well, I heard that my brother was coming to town, and we like to play the game, so I thought I would pull it out and get refreshed. Now, the one thing I hate about Warhammer and War Machine and all these tabletop games is they change the rules every 5 years.
Of course they do.
They do that so you have to buy a new book and new guys.
Oh.
And I hate that. But most people don't buy just dozens of people like me. Most people just buy like 12 guys, and that's their army.
Yeah.
But I really like being able to play any type of army there is out there. So
almost makes me wish I collected more of the HeroScape people.
That was that one game you showed us that one time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But it's a really fun game. And I don't know if you want to pop some of the artwork of the other stuff, but it's pretty neat. There's one, this is I don't know if you can see that, but that's the wagon with the buffaloes on it that I'm making in the other room. But just a really fun game. Oh, they recommend how to paint, but I never go by what they recommend. See, this is actually painted stuff. And you see, like, there's the guy that's blue right here with the two bombs in his hands. I made him brown with bombs. Because I think if you're going to be a guy who eats rocks, would you really be blue?
No.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, War Machine. Really fun game. But
I'm gonna assume that there's a version of this on Steam that's a tabletop emulator.
I honestly don't know.
I mean, I know Warhammer 40K is on there, so I'd imagine this is. Is this your War Chariot, or is that a different thing?
That's somebody else's. That's, I think, like the guys that would be considered Russians.
Ah.
There's lots of the human people all have mechs. The robot people looking things.
Okay, it's the mechs.
Mechs, yeah. But you see, mine just has really big trolls. So.
Right.
But I bet you there's 25 different armies.
I can imagine.
And the models are just fantastic. And like I say, it's made in Seattle, so it's American, which is really cool.
Oh, it is cool. Let's see. Is this going to show us? Okay, so this is the Infernal Army. Unpainted, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming these top guys up here would be like your grunts.
Yeah, I'm thinking that those might be little spirit things that float.
Oh, okay.
I bet you the bottom part is just supposed to be invisible, like ghosts or something.
These look like some assassins and some magical people.
I would guess that this is like a dark elf army.
Yeah, it does say Infernal Army box. So let's see.
See, they can't name the same things as War Machine.
Of course,
Or
not. War, yeah.
Warhammer.
Makes sense. They don't want to get sued.
Even though they went War Machine, I mean,
That's just one word off, but it's enough.
yeah.
Oh, they got Vulcan in this game? That's kind of cool. Really? It doesn't get... Oh, there we go. That makes it a little bigger.
Very steampunk game.
I was going to say, it does look like that. I love some good steampunk.
Yeah.
God, this one figure is $145. Holy.
Yeah, this guy here is called a Titan, and he's about that much too.
Dang.
But I've got a friend that works there, and so I get everything at like 70% off.
Oh, you got that hookup.
Yeah. Another reason why I like the company. I have no hookups at War Machine.
We got the Menace battle. We got a battle group here. So again, these are probably the unpainted ones here in the back.
Yep.
Look pretty cool. We got some cricks. How do you say that?
I have this army.
Okay.
They're in a box in the other room.
Cool. Did you also paint yours green?
I do. Now, I do a really unusual thing with mine. Is, you know how people, I was talking about face paint white, gray, or black? I face paint these guys fluorescent green.
Oh.
So it makes all the little cracks and stuff almost glow.
Fancy.
Yeah, I really love how I did that with these guys.
And then
I don't tell anybody I do that, except for TV land. But like if I'm playing, people think I actually put the paint in there.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't.
Then we have the
Signar.
Signar, is that it? Okay? Signar. Okay.
I was gonna be a Signar guy originally. These are the humans that are like the good guy humans.
See, whenever I play like fantasy-esque games, I always avoid the humans.
Well, and these are the good guys. Well, there's a lot of humans, but
I know. These
are like the advanced.
I just try to avoid like the base human race, just because it's like I'm playing a fantasy game. I don't want to be a human. I want to be a freaking elf or a dwarf or something that's not human.
Well, I love their jacks. That's what they call the robots, jacks.
Okay.
And there's also a Russian one that my brother loves. I mean, they're all humans, and they're not really Russian. They're just, their colors just happen to be red, and they're from the cold, north. And they wear like Russian hats and stuff. There's one group that's pirates, though. They were really cool.
Cool.
Their jacks look like divers, like Big Daddy from
BioShock.
Yeah, they kind of look like Big Daddy.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah, the game looks cool. I just, again, would probably have no one to play it with up here.
You might be surprised. Go to a hobby shop.
We don't have very many left up here. The one I used to go to all the time that had cool games like this has since closed.
That's a shame.
And I was kind of upset because I was going to go there to find some Pokemon cards with the new stuff coming out. They're like pretty much gone. Nothing. They closed. The other ones I used to go to closed.
I was lucky in St. Louis. I was in a gaming club. We're like a group of guys that would go and compete against other people. Even though two of the guys in our team are terrible. I mean, oh my gosh. We went to Chicago for this grand tournament, and our team never was going to win because we had these two guys that were so bad. But Travis was so happy that he beat the last place guy, and he was like, that guy was so bad. Like, yeah, Travis, I bet. And the guy said he was only playing the game because him and his wife had gotten a divorce and he wanted to do something with his son, and his son did it.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't think he cared if he won or not. But Travis, boy, he was excited.
Well, at least he won.
Yeah.
Though, since we've been losing so many hobbies, I have debated like opening up a card/hobby shop.
Oh wow.
If I could get approved for the business loan, I would do it.
Very cool.
Try and do that instead of work at a school.
You could call it Lefty Ed's place.
I've actually already named it. I just have to buy the business license from the state of Connecticut now. And it would be a Pokemon-ish name since that would be the central focus. But you know, the name it would be, which I'm not going to say because as of right now it hasn't been trademarked or turned into an LLC. It's a name that you could apply to multiple different types of games than just Pokemon. When the stream's over, I'll tell you what the name is.
Is it like G-Spot?
No. Like the one I used to go to, they called it Gaming Etc., which kind of makes sense because they had every type of game imaginable. But then that closed because the rent was probably too high.
Rico's gonna try to start one called the G-Spot.
Well, Rico said they already have a license and everything, right? Because
he already has the name
at one point. So I know we talked about doing a movie of the week.
Yes.
Did you happen to think of a movie?
Well,
or I came up with a different way we could do it off the cuff.
Okay.
I made 2 wheels. One has decades on it. One has genres of movies on it.
Ooh.
I thought maybe we could spin the wheels.
I want to spin the wheel
and see if we could come up with a movie. Each of us come up with a movie from that era and genre, and see what happens. You're probably gonna be better at this than me because I don't remember dates things came out except for Star Wars and Star Trek. All right,
thank you for not saying because you're old.
No. Okay, we will spin the genre wheel first. Oh, we got horror.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're gonna spin the decade wheel. Oh, we got 60s.
Oh Lord.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh
Attack
dear.
of the Killer Tomatoes.
Really? Was that an actual movie?
Yes.
Oh, wait. Oh, there was a bunch of good crap that came out back then. Did this one come out back then? What year did this come out?
I used to watch Friday Fright Night when I was a little kid, which was horror movies from like the 50s, 60s, and 70s.
That sounds very familiar. Ooh, it did come out in the 60s. I got my movie.
I don't know if mine came out in the 60s or not. I'm just guessing.
All right, so we're coming up with a 1960s horror film, chat. Mine is a classic film. Mine is by a man named Alfred Hitchcock.
The Birds?
Yep.
Good job. Darn, I should have said Psycho. Hey, dumb. Okay, yeah. You're probably going to win. Let's see, when did the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes originally come out? Not any of the sequels.
Wait, that was an actual movie?
Yes.
I thought you were... it came out in 78.
The original?
That's what it says.
Oh.
Yep, it's... Yep, it says 1978. Does it have anything sooner?
Okay, how about Christopher Lee when he was Dracula?
Thank you, Kiri Dorable. Christopher. 58.
Dadgummit! Trying to think of a classic. Let me see. When did this come out?
That was probably way before, right?
It was black and white, but it was probably 60s or...
I thought that was 40s or 50s.
No, it couldn't be that old.
54.
54. I just read it on the back of the box. Doggone it. Okay, I can come up with a movie from this decade other than a Hitchcock movie. War of the Worlds, the movie.
The original World of Worlds by that was 53.
Dang it. Oh, the 60s. What a terrible decade.
What is this one? This one, what is this? This just looks like the Thing. Oh no, it's Harry.
The Blob I was guessing was in the 70s. I didn't.
No, this is the War of Gargantuous. I never even heard of that one. Doesn't even look like a horror film. I don't know why it came up.
Good Lord. I think all of my classics are going to be in the 50s.
Uh-oh.
Blackula. That's probably 70s.
72.
Dang it. The original Fly.
I remember that movie.
Not the one with Jeff Goldblum with the original.
58.
Dang it! The 50s were a wonderful year.
Apparently.
No, that'd be 50s. Oh my gosh. No,
that's a good one, John
70s.
Cox.
What'd John say? He's trying to help me.
Night of the Living Dead.
That would be that. I'd guess at 70s.
He said 68.
Oh.
Yep, 1968, October.
Nice job. I'm trying to think of movies that were color. You know, like at the beginning of the color horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
I can think of a lot of stupid ones, but I don't remember the names.
Oh.
The Frogs.
$72.
Ah!
You're right.
Original Piranhas. The original Piranhas.
78.
The original one?
Let me double check.
The original was in black and white. Or maybe it was Piranha.
This is saying 78.
Oh, good Lord. This is really hard. And normally I'm good at... So, I ordered this from Amazon. Oh, I should have brought the box in. It came in a box this big.
Of course it did.
But they put it in sideways, wedged it in, destroyed the box.
Oh,
it's
dear.
even partially ripped open.
Well, that sucks.
So I was thinking about opening this one and then buying another one.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, we could keep this one in the fish room.
True.
Okay, we'll do it.
Oh, gee, he didn't even hesitate, Chad. He just went right for it.
Oh, he's got clothes on.
With just layers of stuff.
Look, it's cloth.
Oh.
How weird is that?
Huh, maybe it's designed to make him look like it was...
He's got little fins in his back.
That's cool.
Of his suit. That is really neat. Well, that's weird. He's got a good flipper on the inside of his calf here, but this other calf... Oh, they sewed his flipper down on the back.
Oh.
See how the
Weird.
sew job is over his little flipper.
That's weird.
This flipper is nice and popped out, and this one's sewed down. Well, I got a real reject right here. Oh, baby cat. Gosh. Okay, so I'm going back to thinking of good or movies from the 70s or
60s.
Man.
Wait, did this act?
Guys.
Wait.
Uh,
Oh, Ed.
a classic.
Classic black and white with a plant in it.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No.
Well, check it.
Oh, you want me? Okay, wait, check when that one came out. Is that even a horror film though?
Kind of. It's a man-eating plant.
The 75.
More? Oh man.
I said The Birds, Gina French. So right now, Ed and I are trying to come up with a movie that's a horror film from the 60s. I said The Birds.
The Attack of the Giant Ants.
Okay.
Attack of the Giant Woman. Attack of the Giant Woman. That's the one I want to go with.
It's 58.
Dang it. Ants.
Okay.
Let's go with ants.
Are they giant ants?
I don't remember if it was giant ants or just ants.
I've got Empire of Ants. Let me try Giants. Thank you, Zen Ginger. Thank you, Zen.
Oh, I've got Top Chat on. I can't see what Zen is saying.
She said the movie that I was getting you to hint at. I get them with an exclamation point for a giant ant movie with attacking people. But that was 54.
Oh, I said, did I say Rocky Horror Picture Show? I meant to say Little Shop of Horrors.
Okay, that's the one I was.
Man, that is really hard. I'm going to have to work on my 70s.
60s.
60s, rather. Terrible time to watch movies.
Well, how about
King
you
Kong?
come up with a recommendation?
Probably super old.
King Kong? I was just with 50s maybe?
Yeah, they had biplanes in that one.
Oh, now I was way out of 33 for the original King Kong.
Yeah, it had biplanes.
Also, just to let chat know, there is the decades that I did were the 1950s up until now, and then I did a pre-1950s category. Just, for shits and giggles, because God forbid we land on that one time, and Ed and I are like, God knows what came out back then.
King Kong.
That's going to be our answer for every category.
Nosferatu. Gosh. Come on, man. Think of something from the 60s. And then, as soon as the show ends, I'm going to be probably tonight while I'm in bed. They're going to be ding, 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 ding. Oh, man.
All right. Well,
Flesh Eaters. What is Flesh Eaters? That sounds terrible.
I've heard of that one. That one came out in. Well, I get a 64.
Nice. How about a Godzilla movie?
That would kind of be a horror film.
If you're getting stepped on.
True.
And that's a cheat because there was Godzilla movies throughout all the decades.
Yep.
I don't know if there was anything with Cthulhu in the 60s because Cthulhu kind of came onto the scene and really started popping in the 90s because people realized that he was free to use. So I don't know if there'd be anything Cthulhu related in that decade. Well, let's think. Other than Alfred Hitchcock is so hard.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything for the 60s in Cthulhu. There's done. Well,
that's an awesome billboard. All Things Fish. Read that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I'm gonna have to bookmark these wheels so I don't lose them.
Yeah, Carrie said Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho came out, but unfortunately, Lefty said The Birds, and I didn't want to go with other Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Oh, okay.
And it's really hard to think of anything other than Hitchcock movies that came out of the 60s.
Yeah, I just Googled 1960s horror films just now, and looking at this list, I only recognize like 2 other ones, and one is a Hitchcock film.
Okay, give us the list.
Rosemary's Baby.
Did not see that.
The Birds.
Seen it.
Repulsion.
Nope.
The Mask of the Red Death.
No.
The Pit.
Actually, I think I have seen that.
The Pit and Pendulum. You know what? I'm just gonna put this over here on a shared screen.
I have seen that.
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane? I completely forgot about that one. We got Psycho. House of Usher. Spider Baby.
Okay.
Matango. The Raven, which I'm assuming was based on Poe.
Probably. Is that my favorite guy that's from St. Louis? What's his name? He is Vincent Price.
Yup.
Yeah, I love Vincent Price. I think he was in The Pendulum too.
Oh, we got The Terror.
I should have been
Without a Face. This image for the movie poster looks familiar. I don't know why.
It's a terrifying picture.
Like, I feel like I have seen this before. It's just creepy. I vaguely remember seeing this. I don't know why. I could be thinking of another movie, though. It does. All right, then we have Carnival of Souls.
Never heard of it.
Like I said, most of these don't ring a bell. Oh, it's gonna come on. X-ray X the man with something. What's this one? Oh, X the man with X-ray eyes. That one sounds familiar too.
I don't know. It sounds cool.
It sounds familiar because that's when like they used to put the X-ray specs in the Cracker Jack things. I vaguely remember a movie starting that, but I could be wrong. Then we have. Did I lose my list? Okay, we have. Yeah, I can't even pronounce. That's a weird one.
If I had X-ray eyes, I'd go to a place where they play that game with the balls.
Even the Wind is Afraid. Little Shop of Horrors, which was the plant one. 13 Ghosts.
Oh wow, the remake was awesome.
Die Monster Die.
Die Monster Die.
The Cremator.
Wow, they're just terrible movies.
Pretty much.
Oh no,
the original Phantom of the Opera movie adaptation.
Oh, I was gonna go Phantom of the Opera, but I figured it was too old.
Oh. Okay, Ed, just for the record, chat, Ed said Phantom of the Opera. That was his movie. The Premature Burial. The Evil of Frankenstein.
Oh.
Hush, Hush, Sweet Charlotte. The Haunting. Haunting, good movie. I've seen that one. And we got Monster something. English is hard. Oh, The Last Man on Earth. I don't think I've seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a horror. More like a dream come true.
The Snake Woman. The Curse of the Mummies. I feel like I've seen that one. Like, wasn't this like the original one that started the Mummy remix movies?
I was gonna say Curse of the Mummy, but I think
I would have been close enough.
Way early 50s.
It's
kind of that's just probably some knockoff of the ass.
Circus of Horrors. Manos Hand of Fate. Yeah, I don't like. We're just getting worse and worse. Oh, Mothra!
Yeah. There's 3 Mothra movies.
Castle of Blood, Night, Captain Clegg. Like, I don't know any of these anymore.
Now, when I say there's 3 Mothra movies, I mean Mothra as the headliner because she's in a lot of the Godzilla movies.
But yeah, this was fun. Our hour is up, and I believe what is it? Maple Street Aquatics goes live after us now.
Awesome.
I think, right? Am I correct, Zen? Is it Maple Street Aquatics?
You know, Carrie is so right about The Wizard of Oz. I thought that was a terrifying movie. Also.
Oh, it scared the crap out of my aunt as a child.
Me too. It was so creepy. I mean, everything was about creepy to that thing.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time I watched it. I don't think I was that young. Maybe 10. I don't remember being super freaked out by it, but I remember parts where, kind of like, what the hell?
Flying monkeys were terrifying. Witches were actually kind of scary. The Tin Man was kind of spooky.
I think, like, for me as the kid, like,
was
I think the wizard's floating head was probably the scariest thing for me.
Now, you see, that gave me relief.
Oh.
I was like, thank God there's somebody powerful on the other side. Because it seems like everywhere they were going, they just kept, barely surviving.
True.
Except for the Tin Man, which I wish would just chop everything out of his back.
And then you watch Wicked, and it completely changes the entire story of The Wizard of Oz. Oh, I got
the one with Coolidge.
What?
Is that the one with Mila Kulich or what?
That's the musical one.
Oh.
So I'm gonna have to pin that to talk about the sequel to The Wizard of Oz next week because that was an interesting movie.
Okay, I will. Sequel to The Wiz.
I'll get you the name for it. Anyway, we are out of time. We're 2 minutes over our time. Maple Street Aquatics is live. Thank you all for hanging out with us. I know it was a short one. Sorry about work today. Thank you, Ed, for hanging out. You can see Ed tomorrow night on Saturday Night Fever, and then like 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday. I think he takes Wednesdays off.
Yeah, my poor Rico and Diego were sick this week.
Uh-oh.
Poor guys. So I had.
Well, hopefully they feel better.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank y'all for hanging out, and I'll catch you guys next week.
Sounds
Bye-bye.